I was just about to say, welcome back to Software Inc., everybody, and then I remembered that I'm not playing Software Inc. I was going to say that because, and I'm not trying to throw shade at Software Inc., I know exactly where my bread is buttered, but I was thinking about how it's nice in this game that I don't have to switch in and out of build mode to have music play. It just sort of loops in this game, and there's something to be said about it because I've mentioned in the Software Inc. series that we're doing at the moment that I do get a little bit self-conscious when it's just my voice and there's like no music. That's why in time lapses or editorials or anything I do like that, I always put some background music in, even if it's very quiet, because I just get really self-conscious if it's just my voice. And that's been a thing forever. But anyway, welcome back to Transport Fever 2, everybody. I hope you're having a good one. I am so excited to be back. I am having so much fun with this. It's been like 35 minutes. It was maybe 40 minutes, that first episode. I've just got done recording it. It's not even been edited. I don't even think I've exported all the files yet. I'm keeping going. That's what I'm doing. I'm keeping going because I want to see how things go here. We have deliveries of livestock being made here for 10 grand a pop. And if you don't know what's going on, by the way, I'd need to get in the habit of doing this. If you didn't, for some reason, watch that first episode, first off, what are you doing? What are you doing? There's probably a playlist on the channel, all right? Just take 40 minutes and then come back and watch this one, and you'll know what's going on. But, I know you're busy, so let me help you. We have decided that we're going to turn Philadelphia into a wonderful central hub of transportation, of logistics, of production and manufacturing and all that stuff. So what I've done is I have looked at Philadelphia, determined that the people of Philadelphia happen to want construction material and happen to want food. So what I've done is set up a little production line that's going to bring stone from this quarry near Detroit down to this construction material plant also near Detroit. And we're going to turn it into bricks, which then get brought down to Philadelphia. So that's how they're getting their construction material. As for food, we've gone ahead and set up a line that takes grain from this farm to this livestock farm. We then take livestock from the livestock farm to the meat processing plant. We then take meat from the processing plant all the way over to this food processing plant in Fargo. And then we bring the food back to Philadelphia. And I've been very careful to try and have my lines be as efficient as they can possibly be. And they are getting a bit more efficient with time. So if we look at these, what we can see is that the stone to brick line up there, the first step on that production line, is at a frequency of 79 seconds with a rate of 37. So it is moving approximately 37 units of whatever it's moving, in this case, stone, through its stations. So every year it's delivering, I think, approximately 37 units of stone. The brick to Philly line is a little bit more frequent by 3 seconds and is able to move 38 per year. So it's actually a little bit more efficient, which means based on these numbers, there is going to be an instance in the year where one of my trucks does not, go with a full load. But I think that's okay. That little difference of 1 unit is okay. Looking down this way, we have 5 minutes and a rate of 10 on the grain to livestock, 5 minutes and a rate of 10 on livestock to meat. So that's working kind of optimally. And then meat to food to Philly is 6 minutes and a rate of 9. So there's going to be a little bit of a surplus over the years if we let this go, but I'm not super stressed about that. I'm not really too worried about that particular setup. I think that's okay. What I am more worried about is the fact that we do seem to be running out of money. I'm not a big fan of running out of money. And the reason we seem to be doing that is because the brick to Philly line is losing a tremendous amount of money. Now, the brick to Philly line is the one that runs from here to Philadelphia, delivering the bricks to Philadelphia. Every drop-off is about 26,000. It was either 21,600 or 26,100. It was something like that. But that's not making us enough money, unfortunately. So we might need to do something about that. We might need to look into that a little bit. Now, fortunately, we are actually seeing some money here. The livestock are getting picked up and moved about. And, I mean, this isn't a full load of livestock, unfortunately, but we are seeing the grain deliveries make close to $10,000, and we are seeing the livestock deliveries, which I'm probably not going to see right now. Are you livestock? No, you're bricks. What about you? What about you? There, we got livestock right here. These guys, I think, are making a decent little chunk of change as well. But I think just across the board, we are not really making as much as I'd like. Especially this meat to food to Philly. That line right there is not going to make any money for a while. Because I'm pretty sure all of the trucks, all of the wagons would have come up here to pick up meat when there obviously was no meat. So they've been running at a loss for the longest time, and we are now in the negative. So chances are that we are going to have to take another loan, or at least a bit of a loan. You know, a couple of loans of $500,000, never going to hurt anybody. These guys though, 10,900. So not too bad. Not too bad. Let's say, you know, 9 grand and 11 grand. We're getting 20 grand in this little loop right here. And then looking over towards, where am I? I'm getting all turned around here. Looking over this way. Have you got anything on board? No. Oh no. That guy has absolutely nothing. You've got nothing. You've got nothing. Oh my God. Okay. I'm actually a little concerned about that now. So what do we got here? We got 13 food sitting around, 14 food sitting around. Sorry, meat. Okay. I don't know that I love that. Looking at it though, I mean, actually looking at it, we might actually be turning a profit. There's a chance, because looking here, we are now seeing some money come in, so maybe we're teetering on the edge a little bit. Maybe that's kind of where we are. Maybe we need to be a little more efficient, but I don't feel like sitting around forever waiting for money to come in, so I am just going to borrow another $2 million and see what exactly we can do here, because I would like things to be a little bit more efficient, a little bit more exciting, and a bit better. So I wonder how much it would cost to build a bridge. Because if I was to build a bridge that went straight across here, I could cut out a fair bit of that travel time down through Fargo. I kind of wonder what the cost of that's going to be. Let's take a little bit of a look. This might be reckless this early in the game, but I'm willing to try. Ooh, abandoned industry. Buffalo Alcohol Distillery is closing in 179 days. That is actually set to be quite rare in the game at the moment. You can change the settings for that kind of stuff, and I have got it set to be quite rare, but well, there you go. That's an example of industry going to be abandoned at some stage. Now, let's see. This would cost, well, that would cost $250,000. That is a lot of money, but at the same time, I'm looking at that and I'm thinking, you know, it might be good long term so that we don't have this line going down through Port St. Lucie. So I'm going to take that chance, is what I'm going to do. And I'm going to go ahead and, oh, that's expensive though. I don't know that I like that. Can I lower this guy down a little bit? Is that going to be an option? That might be kind of steep looking at it, actually. Maybe that road grade right there is going to be for the best. So we just do something like this. 200,000 though. It's so much money. But then if I cut straight through, we can completely skip Fargo, and I feel like long-term, I'm gonna be grateful to myself for doing this. So we'll see what we can do here. Can I lower that down a little bit just to save some cash? I don't know how I feel about going straight through a forest. And I'm realizing I'm going up and over a hill as well. If I was to, oh God, there's an overlay option somewhere. This one, the contour lines. So we can get a really good look at just how steep this is gonna be. So if we go like that, we can sort of go right to the top of the hill here. We're not even at the top of the hill. My God. Okay. So if I wanted to, I could spend, oh my God, I could spend so much money going through this mountain. I really could. What if we just did that? I'm gonna have to smooth a bit of that terrain out if I do this, but maybe going through the mountain is the better bet. So what about this? How much would this cost? Oh my God, 1.5 million. Oh, I don't know. Oh, I don't know that I want to spend that kind of money this early. I don't know about that. Oh, whatever. We're gonna do it. We're gonna do it. We're gonna borrow another $1 million. We're gonna commit to this, and we're gonna see what happens. So let's connect this guy straight over. And you know what? We'll bring this guy straight out as well. So something, let's see, just a nice straight road out to there. Okay. So that gives Fargo this, like, incredible connection across here. We haven't even connected this side. Oh, no. I forgot. Oh, I totally forgot there was, like, another side to this. Oh, okay. I think we'll be all right. I think we can afford this bit. I can afford a dirt road, I'm sure. I'm sure that's not going to be a problem. So bring it through here. Sort of a nice straight line there. Nice straight line kind of there. Bit more of a straight line right here. And then connect it right to there. Okay. So that is a pretty ridiculously expensive thing to build this early in the game, I feel. But if I look at my lines, that should have considerably messed with the timing on the Philly line. Yeah, it's brought this in line with everything else. Now, admittedly, I could have spent maybe $100,000 on 3 new wagons to bring that into line, as opposed to 1.5 million for a tunnel, but I think this is okay. I think I'll be grateful for this long term, maybe. I don't know that I don't know that I will be. I'm not 100% sure that that was a sensible infrastructure purchase, but we'll see. We'll have to keep an eye on it and see what ends up happening. I'm not 100% sure that was sensible at all. Anyway, Fargo needs construction materials, and I need more money. So what if we were to set up a little something there? Or what if we were to bring food down into Fargo? We kind of need meat deliveries to be set up. I need something that's like quick and dirty and nasty is what I need. I need something where I can just go in and be like, all right, let's get some quick industry that's going to be cheap, dirty, nasty, and is going to pay me, right? So construction material for Fargo. We have a construction material plant up here in Pueblo. We have stone over this way. So maybe stone from here to there, down into Fargo, and then back? Or do we have stone down here? It doesn't look like we have stone down here. So I almost wonder if we would want to use the same trucks and just create a bit of a loop here, rather than trucks from here to here and then here to here. I don't know, because they would be, I guess, full for this leg of the journey. They'd be full for 2/3, empty for 1/3. And by that logic, I could do similar over here. Actually, I really could. I could go from here to there and back. Oh my God, why haven't I done that? Why haven't I done that? I feel like that would be more efficient. Instead of 2 separate lines, we have one line that goes from here to there, and back. Oh my God. Okay, I might need to do some thinking here. And I also shouldn't have put this right here. Okay, I'll tell you what we need to do. This is gonna come off the side. Something like that. We give it a bit of a turn, sort of down like this. All right, so a nice little kind of angled turn like so. It's not quite as efficient as it could be, but that's all right. And we'll go in a nice sort of straight line right here. And this guy needs to connect up to the farm, is kind of what I'm going for. So bring it this way. And there's a bit of a hill there, which I'm going to try and avoid. So bring it in a nice sort of straight line like that. Need to be really careful with how much money I'm spending on this. But in theory, if I do this right, I might be able to save some money in sort of the long term here. And that's kind of what I'm looking for. Ooh. Okay, so the alcohol distillery in Buffalo went away, and we now have one in Ontario. I kind of like that. I like the idea of industry sort of like going out of business and then new ones getting established. I think that's kind of cool. But anyway, this is what I'm looking at, right? So let me pause and figure this out, because my thinking here is we can do grain to livestock to meat as one line. So if I go in here and I say I want to manage this line, and I want to add a station right there. That now loops around, right? So we want this to load up on nothing, right? We want it to, hold on a minute. I need to be very careful with what I'm doing here. So number 1 is Philly North, load up on grain, right? Number 2 is Detroit East, unload grain, load up on livestock. Number 3 is unload livestock. Right? That's what we're looking for. That seems a lot more efficient. I feel like that'd be better because 2/3 of this line are now active rather than it being 50% empty. I don't know if I'm right on that, but that's what I'm gonna go for. So let me look at that line again, which is grain to livestock, right? Yes. So that needs to rename grain to livestock to meat. So that now does all 3, which means the livestock to meat line, we can go to manage those vehicles. We can depot those vehicles, and then we can delete that line. So if I go back into here, I want to delete this guy, which I cannot for the life of me remember how to do. I think, is it just, oh, it's just delete there. So yeah, we have these guys doing their thing. If I now look at them, this is, its rate is much, much lower, which is to be expected. But if I pin that and I go to my vehicle manager, we should have some vehicles that are not on a line. Yep, they're in the, so if I sort by depot, we have these guys which are in the depot. So I can put them on the grain, livestock, meat line, and it's now in line. They're now doing their thing. So that should be fine, right? That now means that we're saving a bit. Well, we're not saving money, actually. We have the same number of vehicles. It might be more efficient, though. I don't know. I don't, The way I'm looking at it is for 2/3 of that journey, they have something on board, right? Rather than for 50% of their journey, there being something on board. So that's how I look at it, is as being more efficient. I don't know if that's actually true. I don't know if that calculation checks out, but I'm going to believe that it does. Also, please tell me you have meat on board. Oh, thank God. Okay. So this guy has meat on board, which means we should start getting some money from this place over in Fargo. And you know, I'm actually going to be really, I just want to double check something. I just want to have a real close look around here to make sure that I haven't missed a food production plant, you know, closer than the Fargo one. Can you imagine if I was just so blind and fixated on Fargo that I didn't see one like right here? And it doesn't look like there is one, so I think we're okay. There is, admittedly, you know, food production up there by Charlotte, so we could turn grain into food, and we could have brought that down, and it might have been a little bit more efficient, but actually that looks almost further away from Philadelphia, so we'll not worry too much about it. We're okay. We're doing, we're doing all right. I'm also kind of wondering, actually, if I should spend a little bit of money getting like a road that bypasses Philadelphia down here, because the meat goes from here, comes down here, goes through Philly, and then out this way. We could technically bypass it with a little road right here. Wouldn't necessarily be the worst idea in the world. Not, well, yeah, I don't know if it's necessary. I don't know. I don't hate the idea, is what I'm getting at. I don't hate the idea of like a little road that just cuts straight across there so you don't have to go through the center of Philadelphia. And while we have some money, let's actually do that real quick. So this road right here, we'll go ahead and we'll just extend it straight over. And we'll go straight over again. And I think we'll just run it straight into that spot. And that looks pretty good to me. So that gives us a connection over. And then what we'll do is push that back a little bit. We'll get like a little road right here. Something like so. Push this guy back. And then we'll just do like a nice curve up to there. So you can still get into Philadelphia from this side, which honestly probably should just go straight over here as well. But, well, you know what? Let's actually do that. Let's change this entire section a little bit. And let me do like a, looks like a little street of some sort. So bring this like straight out to, say, there. And then we'll turn it into a country road, which is going to come straight over here. And it's going to go straight to there. And I guess we can sort of curve it at the end. So it's something like this. So it connects kind of, you know, square to that road. But my other thinking is we want to come straight off of here with a nice straight road, please. And I kind of like that. So you can get into Philadelphia in a couple of different ways. You can also get around it. And this will help to, you know, shape this one day into some kind of city. Because obviously we probably want like a bypass on this side as well. We want one over here as well, but this is okay. This works for now and I'm okay with it. Now let's see, how are vehicles doing over here? This guy is crossing the bridge, which honestly looks pretty good. It looks all right. We're not making money. Well, actually, we just made a little bit, but how are my lines looking in general? Ooh, 200,000 on the bricks to Philly line. Don't mind if I do. Don't mind if I do at all. Now this guy, if you wouldn't mind getting there. Oh, wait, hold on. Are you going to be really? Yeah. Oh, look at their little legs. Look at their little legs. Look at them go. They're doing so well. All right. Ooh, hold on a minute. I'm pretty, actually, yeah, you have always been able to see through tunnels in this game, haven't you? That looks really good, though. That does look pretty good. I think I have a mod that improves the shaders for the tunnels. I'm not 100% sure, but that does look pretty good. Anyway, what I'm most curious about, to be completely honest, is how much money this guy makes. Isn't there like an onboard camera? Am I imagining that? Oh, there it is. Oh, wow. Oh, look at you. Look at you go. Oh, this is kind of cool. I feel like I haven't done this in forever, like just gone first person in this. Wait, use H to sound the horn? Oh my God, that was so loud. Oh, that is so, wow. That was really loud. Don't know that I like that. I'm not a big fan of that, I'm gonna be honest. Been slightly deafened by the sound of this fella whistling and then the horse just having a go. All right. The good news, at the very least, is that this line is going to give us a grand total of $33,000 per delivery to Fargo. But I have just realized I need to pause because I need to manage this line. And I need to say that when you're in Fargo, I need you to wait for 60 seconds. And I need you to... Ooh, yeah, let's wait for 60 seconds is what I'm thinking of here. Because that way you will have an opportunity to load up on food. So this guy's gonna make no money going back. But here's the thing. This guy just dropped off 4 units of meat and we have 6 units of food sitting here. So it's not a 1-to-1, interestingly, despite the fact that it says it should be. That's kind of curious. Okay, so you're going to drop off a little something something. You're then loading up on food and... Oh, okay, maybe we don't need to tell you to wait anymore, now that I think about it. That might not be the best idea. Minimum stop time, let's just say 10 seconds. We'll space them out a little bit. They wait for 10 seconds, they move along. It gives them a moment to process everything. They're going to sit still for another couple of seconds and then leave. There you go. All right. So that works. I'm okay with that. I think that's a pretty good little setup. It'll help space these wagons out a little bit. And when they get upgraded into trucks one day, it'll help space them out that little bit more. Now, here's what I'm thinking. I want to look at this line and I want to see the rate. The rate is currently 10. And the rate on the other line is 13. That's actually not ideal. That is actually not ideal because it means that there is going to be a surplus of meat at some point. But that's probably okay. Now, if the rate is 10, I reckon we could be cheeky. And I reckon we could set up a little food delivery line down into Fargo. I feel like we could get away with that because there is going to be excess food left here. So moving it into the nearby town that could use it seems like a good idea. And I know we said we were going to focus on Philly, but we might have to do something with Fargo. I'm also realizing that per my rules of using Philly as the center of everything, that technically means that I probably need to use this. Well, this is technically Detroit. Oh, I don't know. Maybe, I think my goal is to get all of the machine factories and the tools factories around Philadelphia up and running. It's not to say that everything has to go through Philadelphia. So technically speaking, I don't need to use this good old construction materials plant to supply Fargo. I think that would be stupid because, as we've pointed out, we can get construction materials up here and create, you know, sort of a triangle shape thing going on, which is probably what we're going to do. So let's have a look at money, which I believe we are now making. We also have this guy. Is that the first truck on the way back? That is the first one. So that one has nothing on board. This guy has got food, though. All right, so we're going to have food coming back here. That line is about to get more efficient, which is what we're looking for. 253,000 right there. This guy's now losing money. I don't like that they fluctuate like that, man. I don't like it. I don't like that they do that. Anyway, have we got any more vehicles on the way over here? We actually have a couple backed up, which is interesting, to say the very least. But I actually want to see how this goes here, because looking at it, this guy's not actually delivering anything. This guy's just picking some stuff up, and then there's 7 left over. So if there's 7 left over, if I could get like a little, you know, annual throughput of like 7 down into Fargo, that might be kind of good for us. So if I go to buildings and I say truck unload stop, and I say, you know, put it right there, we can go in here, we can say a new line, give me a line that goes from here down into Fargo, and that is going to be road cargo, and I guess Fargo. Oh god, that's going to be an awful rhyme for the rest of the series. And that is going to be food to Fargo. So it's road cargo in Fargo, bringing food to Fargo, right? I hope that makes sense. I think you understand. We'll make it green, since that's the next color. And I suppose what we want to do, well, I suppose what we want to do is probably get a road depot over here, because I think building, you know, getting the trucks elsewhere is going to be a terrible idea. So let's do this thing. Where's the industry? The industry's up here. So let's see what we can do. If I spin this around, can I get it nice and cheap? I actually totally can. So we'll go for here. I think that seems like a pretty good spot for it. 15,000 is pretty good. And what we want to do is buy ourselves this guy. We'll buy 1. We'll make it green, and we'll set it on the Fargo line. And what I want to do with that line is just have a look at it. So the rate is 5. That's actually perfect, because that means that in theory, we're not going to be taking food away from Philadelphia. This is just going to be a little extra thing. So if we manage the line, it is going to be load up on food and unload whatever you got. So that's perfect. One little wagon bringing food down into Fargo. And that line might get a little bit more efficient. We might see some variety in the rate and the frequency, but that's fine. It's a little bit of extra money. And actually looking at how quickly that guy's going, I feel like this rate is gonna increase absolutely, but that's okay. I'm not really super stressed about that. I'm not really too worried about it. I also just want to look and see, yeah, we do have this yellow line coming down here. So these guys are going to bring food into Philadelphia. They take this road out. They go up to here to pick up meat, and then they take the sort of, you know, the bypass road at the bottom to get around Philadelphia. So that's exactly what we're looking for. That's exactly what we want. And that should shave a little bit of time off that journey. So we have food to Fargo. Do I want to try and get construction materials to Fargo? Given that I don't have money, I'm debating whether I do want to do that or not. Now, admittedly, I could borrow another 500,000, which I think I'm going to do, because I think 500,000 is probably enough to make this happen. Because we already have the road depot. So all we need is a single platform truck stop, a single platform truck stop, a road that comes down We could bring it around the mountain. That might not be a bad idea. So sort of down here. And then this one kind of goes up that way. So, well, we need one over here as well. Otherwise, this guy has to go sort of through Pueblo. So we're going to need roads, and that's going to be the most of the cost, I think. But what we'll do is we'll get ourselves a truck station, and we'll go ahead and just slap a truck station, I guess. Well, I guess directly opposite is going to be fair enough. So that's immediately going to be... Oh, that is immediately a fair chunk of change. I don't know how I feel about 120,000 for this thing, but there's one. And then the other is going to be up here. This one might cost more because it looks like it's near a hill. No, it actually costs less, which is lovely news. We'll drop that one there. And we're going to need a truck stop in here as well. Now, this truck stop is going to be, let's say, about there. Okay. So in terms of roads, what I suspect we're going to have to do is bring this guy out and around and down to here. And then this comes in sort of that way. It leaves sort of that way. It's going to go up that way and back down the same road. Yeah, these roads are totally going to be a pain to deal with, and they are probably going to be kind of expensive. But I think, oh, you know, I was going to say I think I can do this, but looking at it, there is a hill in the way. We might need to take another $500,000 to do this. And the reason I'm not running the game while I do this is because, to be quite frank, I don't trust that I'll have enough money if I do let the simulation run. So let's just be very, very deliberate in my road placements. And let's see if I can't maybe just shave a couple of dollars off of what I'm doing here. Because I really, really don't want to go completely broke here. I do want this little project to happen, though. So we'll shave a little bit of money off by connecting to the end of this existing road. So something like that, I guess. Maybe a little bit further this way. And maybe a little bit like that. So that shaves a bit of money off there. So we get stone to construction material. And we might have to... Oh, boy. We might have to bring the road in like this. So it connects to there. So it's going to be here to here, along there, down the same road, down into here, back along the same road, up to there. It's going to be like a T-shaped kind of route. But I think that's the best way we're going to save some money. We only got $250,000 left. So let's come out like this. And let's see if I can make this happen. So 13,000 that way. About 19,000 that way. We want to go 20 that way. We've got $158,000 left. Can I make this happen? It looks like I'm going to have enough money to do it. I don't know about the vehicles. Or the wagons, I should say. But at the very least, we have the roads. So we have $95,000 left. I could take another loan. I could. It is an option. I don't want to, but I could do it. Let's get the line done first. So, we're going to use the same vehicles for all of this, which is frustrating, I guess, because half of this is going to be empty. Am I right in that? So, like this leg, so from here to here is full, from here to here is full, from there to there is empty. So it's not quite half of it. This bit, so that's money, money, none. So yeah, I guess a third of the journey is empty. Or is that not half the journey? Because it's taken that to that. Well, I don't know. I don't know. I'm gonna use the same wagons because I don't have the money to go crazy with it. So we'll go from here to there. We'll do a drop off down here, and that should be fine, right? So this is going to be road cargo in Fargo, and it's going to be stone to brick to Fargo, and that'll be fine. And we're going to make that line green as well because that's the color we're going for in Fargo. And then I need to get some vehicles. So how much are these? 23,000. Let's buy 2 of them. Let's make them green. Let's set them on the stone line. And let me go in there and... Wow, that rate is kind of terrible. That's okay, though. I just want to manage this, and I want to say initially load up on that silver or stone. Secondary is going to be unload the stone. And then you're loading up on brick. And then the last one is going to be automatically unload. So that is now good to go. It's not going to make money, but that's fine. This little guy, that's the food one, is also not going to make money. Because technically this food isn't on the food to Fargo line. I forgot about that. I may have forgot that the cargo needs transferred to the other line, but that's fine. Let's take a look here. Has any of the food even reached Philly yet? It's difficult to say. I think it might have, but I haven't actually seen the money, turn out yet. So let's follow this guy. Let's see what he manages to do. See if he manages to make some money for us. And then hopefully Yonkers Silver Mill is going to be closing in 180 days. Oh, and we've got poor quality vehicles. Wait, what do you mean poor quality vehicles? These guys have a lifespan of like 7 years. It's only been 4. Well, I guess after 4 years of going back and forth constantly, it's going to be a bit rough. What are we looking at? 29,000? Really? Only 29,000 for that? Oh, no. Oh, that's terrible. That is actually kind of terrible. I don't know how I feel about that. Wow. Okay. I'll tell you what. Let me go to this line and we'll duplicate the vehicles because we have some money. Might as well try and get more money into or out of Fargo at the very least. I also realized my way of saying 29,000, and I'm pretty sure I've compared myself to this character in Harry Potter before, but it was like, what's his name? Dudley? The Harry's stepbrother, right? It's Dudley, I think his name is. And it's, I think 29,000? The thing in Harry Potter is like, what is it? He gets like 30... He gets like 30-something birthday presents? And like the year before he had more. It's like 33, last year there were 34. And it's, yeah, sorry, that's immediately when I was like 29,000. That's immediately where my brain went to. Was Dudley from Harry Potter. That's how my brain works. That's an insight into how my brain works. You're welcome. Manage vehicles. Let me duplicate 2 more for this line. And see if we can get a good amount of construction material into Fargo there. As for over here, I want to say that we're doing all right. Because it's now looking like we're making money, right? It looks like we're actually seeing, money get made. We're seeing deliveries. I want to say we're seeing deliveries here. Yeah, so 16,000. Wait a minute. Why is there only 1 brick in that vehicle? There's only 2 in that one. Interesting. Very, very interesting. So these guys are not running as efficiently as they could be. Why are they not running efficiently? What exactly is going on there? Ooh. What are the rates looking like right now? So bricks to Philly is more efficient than stone to brick. Is essentially what's going on. So pin this guy, go to here, manage vehicles, and give me 1 more. And that's now 42. While we have a little bit of money, let's bring the rate up to 50. So 13 vehicles there. And we can close that. We can go to this line, manage vehicles. If we duplicate a vehicle here, that gives us 42. That gives us 43. That gives us 45. I duplicate it again. We're now at 48. And 1 more is 49. Okay. That works for me. That absolutely works for me. I'm not super stressed about that. That should even things out a little bit. We shouldn't have empty wagons coming down to Philadelphia anymore. And actually, just looking at Philadelphia, let's very quickly create a couple of loops here. Because I'm noticing some of these roads are starting to connect together down here. These guys are connecting together as well. These guys could be connected like so. And these guys, I reckon, could probably be connected as well. So you're going to come out that way. You're going to go in a nice sort of straight line here. And like this. I don't know if that's how the game would have connected them, you know, itself, but that's how I'm going to connect them. I'm actually going to take those bits out because I think it might, yeah, it would slope better if I had money, which I don't. So if I could get a little bit of money, if someone would make a delivery or take all my money, that's not really what I was looking for. If someone somewhere would make a delivery so I can get some money to build this road, that would kind of be great. Because I'm looking at this and thinking, we could probably start getting some passenger lines going around Philadelphia here. And all my money is, wow, all my money's gone. Why is all my money gone? So I guess it is just vehicle costs, right? That's probably done it there. That's unfortunate. I mean, we're broke, but the chances are we'll have money again soon, right? That's how I'm looking at it. I'm going to choose to look at it as if we'll have money again kind of soon. I hope so. I could take a loan, but I don't have that many more to take. I can borrow another 1.5 million, and if by then I'm not making money, well, by then I'm kind of screwed. That's basically kind of how this game works. You can borrow up to $10 million. If you can't turn a profitable business with $10 million, well, I don't know what to tell you. Now, in saying that, I have come to a horrible realization, which is that some of these meat to food Philly trucks don't have anything on board as they're heading back to Fargo. Now, a good chunk of them do, but that tells me that some numbers are off here. And they absolutely are. But not in the way that I suspected. That's actually really concerning. So, meat to food to Philly has a rate of, yeah, get out of here, has a rate of 11, whereas this has a rate of 13. So in theory, we should have more meat in surplus, right? That's how I'm choosing to read that. I don't know if that's actually true, but that's how I'm choosing to read those numbers. Anyway, we're not making money right now, so I'm going to borrow another 500,000 just because I can, and I'm tired of being broke. And I'm going to build this road because I want my road. I also really want to put some, you know, passenger lines around here, but I have a sinking feeling it wouldn't be very successful. It's not that expensive to do a bunch of passenger lines though, so we'll do a few, and we'll see how things go. I could put one down here. Might as well put one down there and put one sort of, you know, every other street or something like that, just to try and get a good number of people moving around. And if we go in here, we can go new line and we can say, you know, something a bit like this. We'll have a nice passenger line that just loops around Philadelphia. It has 11 stops, which is pretty good. And it's going to be road cargo, road passengers, I guess. And it's Philly. And I guess we just call it, I don't know. That's not the character I was looking for. That's not the character I was looking for. That's the one. We'll go loop 1. So that'll do. That's Philly loop 1. We'll make it yellow. And in terms of vehicles, let's, I guess, have a look and see what we can get. Horse-drawn carriage. Let's get 3 of them. Little expensive, and given that we have no money, probably risky, but we'll do it anyway, and we'll see if one day, perhaps, Philly loop 1 is going to be successful. Because for the most part, oh, there's someone there already. There you go. There, it's success. Someone is wanting to use the loop. That's great. That's what I'm looking for. That is absolutely what I'm looking for. Okay. So that makes me happy. It looks like we are seeing some deliveries come over this way. Is that a food delivery coming in that I see? It absolutely is. So 33,000 for you, and that's going to head back to Philly as well. We have got some food for the Fargo line too, which is lovely. This is bricks to Fargo, which I think is also making money if we look at the overview. It is stone brick to Fargo. Yeah, 40,000. Okay. Okay. I'm willing to see, you know, if this turns around. I don't think we're sunk yet. I think we still have some work to do, but I think we're doing okay. Nice. Ooh, we got a new forest. Lovely. Okay. How much more can I borrow? I can borrow $1 million. I don't feel good about that. I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't know how, so 11,500 for that. That's pretty good. I don't feel good about the situation that I find myself in currently. I have to be honest with you. I'm concerned is the phrase I'm going to use here. I am concerned that we're not making as much money as I'd like. I feel like my Philadelphia idea is great on paper, but perhaps not so efficient in practice. I don't know. We'll see how these numbers go. But for now, that is going to be it. That's going to do us for today. I'm rambling. I'm worried. I'm stressing. I can feel a bead of sweat forming on my brow as I look at my numbers and they don't add up the way I want them to. But it's okay. Because I think what we'll do next time is we'll try and start up some silver production down here. And we'll try and start up some steel production up here. And then we can take the steel, take the silver, turn it into machines. Wait, no, that's a terrible idea. That is a terrible idea. No, we're not going to do that. Well, actually, maybe. Because Pueblo wants machines, so we could ship them out from Philadelphia. That seems like a terrible idea. We need something slightly more efficient. Yeah, steel from here, tools here, into Lerdo. That's more efficient. That seems like a sensible thing to do. And maybe construction material too. That might be a good idea as well. It goes through Pueblo. That will give us 2 things into that town. I don't know. I'm getting slightly worried, but we'll see what happens. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. That is going to do us for today. It's been an absolute pleasure as always. And as always, I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.